Okay, so good morning, good afternoon from wherever you're watching from. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Robin Minds with Kumbi. I am your host, Adekumbi Lowry, and so Robin Minds with Kumbi is a platform where we talk about life, purpose, marriage, relationships, faith, and everything in between. So on this episode, we will be talking about navigating the realities of a blended family. You see, this is a topic that is not often spoken about, and I just thought, it would be great, to bring no one other than a blended family expert to talk to us about blended families. You see, I was just telling you a few minutes ago that I have never been on a webinar where blended families are being discussed. And I think
Mm.
a much needed conversation to have. So here we are. And please welcome with me today Adeola Kingsley-James.
Hello, hello, hello. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for
Yes,
having me, Kumi. Thank you.
anytime, anytime. So thank you so much, for joining me on this episode of Robbie Minds with Kumbi. So first, I would say, do you mind introducing yourself? It's better to just hear from you directly what you do, who you are, and yeah, shoot.
Okay, so I'm laughing because yesterday when you asked me for my bio, I sent you a sentence. I am dash that I am.
And
And it shook you a little bit.
I just think I'm like, okay, what is this? I am that I am, or I am okay. I said, okay, it'll be better
My
you just
goodness.
explain that to us by yourself.
I get that. I get that all the time. And in fact, if I don't get it, then I'm worried about the person. But the truth is that the reason why I sent that way is because I've realized that we're so stuck on the things that we do that our essence is tied to it. So what if I'm not stuck on anything that I do and I am dash that I am, and I can throw in anything in that dash and be a beautiful dash at every point in time. So some of what I say is that I am air. I give people a reason to live, love, and breathe. I am light. I bring clarity, understanding, and awareness. I am love. I love because it's who I am, and I'm an example on earth that God exists. Now, I'm also a life giver and a kingmaker. And as a life giver, some of the things that I do and the hat that I wear in that aspect is that I work with blended families. I'm a therapist. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist. I'm an emotional code healer. I play in that space so deeply. And then as a kingmaker, I've worked in the television industry for the last 2 decades, and I've made a lot of kings and queens. So I'm talking on some of the biggest shows in Africa: Big Brother, Nigerian Idols, Apprentice Africa. I've produced shows like that, and I've worked with Arise for the last 5 years and produced all their shows. So I've been making kings and queens, and I plan to keep making more. Right. So watch this space for that. And so those are some of the hats that I wear. But I love the fact that I can be anything to whoever I need to be, whenever I need to be it, and however I need to be it, which then means that I can show up just like me every time.
Okay. Oh my God. Ishad, you wear many hats. How
Yeah.
do you juggle all these roles, these skills? How do you do it? You must be a
Well,
superwoman or something.
so Superman even removed his cape, right? And I teach that to the people that I work with. So sometimes he was just Clark Kent. And that's how I am. So I know that I cannot be everything at the same time. And so now that I'm talking to you, I am just a person being interviewed by you. I'm not thinking about being a mother. I'm not thinking about being a wife. I'm not thinking about anything else. I'm only thinking about serving you and serving your audience and bringing the best version of me every time. So for me, I can be anything. And that's why I like that dash, because I can be that beautiful dash and do anything whenever and feel okay with it. And so I know when to remove my cape. I know when to wear it back. I know when to walk alone. I know when to walk with people. I'm very intuitive and very spiritual. So I know what to do when I need to do it because I can listen to my gut. And when my gut tells me it's time to chill, I chill. When my gut tells me it's time to move, I move.
I like that. I like the way you balance it all, and it's the best thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When you need to remove your kid,
Yeah.
you remove it. When you need to pick it back up, you pick it back up. Okay, I pick. I
And
break
then
great.
sometimes I want people to pet me, my sister.
You
Sometimes I
think
want to be petted, if there's a word like that.
okay?
Sometimes I also want people to, cover me with their own cape. I'm happy with that too.
Okay, of course. Every human being needs that. All right. So anyway, so let's jump into the business of the day. Today we are
Yeah.
discussing family. So
Hmm.
first, for the sake of our audience, can you tell us what a blended family is?
Yes. So a blended family is when an already existing family um, decide to bring someone else into it. So, for example, a husband, a man, and kids, because he's either divorced or his wife is deceased, and they decide he decides to marry someone else. Sometimes that other person has another family. So the man is marrying a woman who also has children from either a divorced or a deceased situation, and they both come together to blend their families. And in some situations, they have their own children together. So they're bringing some kids from the past. Sometimes it's just a single woman or a single man coming into a family. But at the end of the day, what it is that we're blending our family and sometimes having our own children together. That's
Okay.
the easiest way to explain that.
Okay. Beautiful. So it's like one family is joining another family, either, well, more than likely. Okay. So do both couples have to have kids before
No,
you can
no,
call
no, no.
it
No,
family?
no, no, no. So it could be a single girl like me. In my own situation, I was single, no kids. I married a man with kids, and then we had our child.
Okay. Okay.
So that's
Okay.
what blended us. Yes.
Okay, so I'm assuming that in your own situation, I think, well, I'm just thinking, I don't know, you can tell me
Mm-hmm,
otherwise. So I
mm-hmm.
think in your own situation, it's not really one of the intricate situations where you come with your kids, he has his own kids, and then you have to blend the family together.
Yeah,
Okay,
I don't
go on.
know about that.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's what
but
I
but
don't
but
know.
it's still as intricate because don't forget
Okay,
this family existed without me,
okay,
right? And this family was formed without me. And I've come in there thinking, okay, we can do this. I want this way. I want this that way. And a lot of times we're not aligned. That's one of the things that I've realized. A lot of times we think, which is one of the big myths. In fact, it's almost like, before the family is blended, everybody is thinking about Disney, a Disney movie. Then when it happens, it's like Fast and Furious with your emotions all over the because it's like that's both going on. Because one of the things, at least for me,
yeah,
one of the relationships that I realized that or the relationships that come with a blended family starts like this. First, the relationship with yourself. And then the relationship with yourself and my husband. Then there was a relationship between myself, my husband, his children. Then there was a relationship between myself, my husband, his children, our child.
hmm.
Then there was a relationship between myself, his children, my our child, his family members. Then add my family members. Then add family of her family.
What?
Then add friends and well wishers. That's how many layers, my sister.
Are you serious? Do you know I have never thought about it
Yep,
in that manner before? Wow. So
I
it's
know.
like yeah
That's
of
why I break it down for people to understand.
okay. So it's like there are many relationships involved here, many relationships at
Yes.
here. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So now, without going deeply into your own experience, your own personal experience, what would you say are the most common misconceptions people have about blended families before they enter into it? Like, what were they even expecting, and what do they get when they get in there?
Okay, I'll share a couple. I think the first biggest myth is that love will fix everything. And I'm
Okay.
talking love the feeling, not love the action,
Okay.
because those are
Mm-hmm.
two different things. Okay. People think that the kids will adjust quickly because we don't think that the kids are humans in the way that that we're meant to think of them. We think of them as, oh well, the children will always adapt,
Mm-hmm.
so as long as we adults agree, then the children will fall in line. We think that, oh, we will love each other's children naturally. In a lot of relationships you hear, oh, I will love her like mine, or I will
Yeah.
love him like mine, right?
Right.
We think that, okay, the exes won't be an issue, right? Since both of us have agreed, then the exes, if they're still alive, I mean, even if they're not alive, they have family members,
Mm-hmm.
will immediately feel like one big happy family because, we parents have agreed to become together or to come together. And the truth is that these things are not the real situation, right? In my case, and I'm happy to go into my own relationship because I became who I am now from learning from my relationship. In my
Mm-hmm.
case, my husband thought he'd been married before. So he knows what marriage means, forgetting that he'd not been married to me before,
Mm.
right? I thought that I was marrying somebody, but I'd never been married before. So I was marrying now a man, not just a man on his own. I'm marrying him and two children, even if they were young kids. Then the children also now for the first time have a woman who is in their house, who they have to adjust to feel or see as mother, who is not their mother. So there's a lot of adjustments that are going on, right? And
Right.
the misconception is that, oh, we've got this covered, right? And we didn't, unfortunately. And can two walk together except they agree? The
Great.
truth is no. Now, most times, there's a family foundation who said that it takes between 5 to 7 years for a blended family to truly stabilize.
For
So
real.
it doesn't happen overnight like we think it's going to happen, that, oh, everything is going to be okay. It's not.
Okay. So
Because
I,
now we're not just blending people, we're blending memories, we're blending wounds, we're blending loyalties, we're blending habits, we're blending routines, we're blending fears, we're blending expectations. There's a lot that comes with having or creating a blended family. And most times we don't go for counseling before we do it. So we're coming into that relationship, everybody with a backpack
your
of all
baggages.
kinds of emotions. Yes.
I see. I see. Wow. So you mentioned that it takes about, you said experts say, or experts
Yes.
said that it takes
Yes.
about 5 to 7 years to truly
Yes.
blend a
To
blended family,
stabilize.
stabilization.
Stabilize, my sister. Not blend, oh. Stabilize that, okay, people are beginning to find their feet around this new thing.
Okay, but why does it take that long?
Because there's so much happening, right? The transitioning is different. So in my case, once again, and I'll always come back to my situation, right?
Okay.
My bonus kids, their mother died, right? And she was shot, right?
Oh, no, no.
And the
Hold
kids were in the car. Yes.
Hold on, Adeola. So you said their mom died, and I'm sorry to hear
Yes.
that. So
Yes.
did their mom died after? Oh, so the mom already passed before you married their
Yes.
father. Okay, sorry.
Yes. I married their father maybe 7 years after their mom passed.
Okay, so go ahead.
Okay. So I was walking. I mean, once again, I all these things that I mentioned to you, I had all those misconceptions as well. And
Okay.
I thought that, I love him, so that's good enough. And what happens is that there's so much going on. Like I said, she was shot. The kids were in the car. One of the babies was shot as well because she was carrying her daughter at the time. And then My husband was in the car as well, so he watched her die. And all of that. I mean, my first son started to have seizures immediately after that day. He started to have seizures from the trauma. So imagine that situation. Let's just put that on the front burner.
Okay.
And then I come into that situation and that relationship. None of them have gone through any kind of grief trauma. None of them have gone through any kind of let's look through your emotions and all those things. And then I'm walking in, yellow papa like me, thinking, you know what? I'm I can do this and we can do this and we can do that and all those things. And they're like, I didn't even know the right questions to ask. As simple as how do you guys want to be loved? What are the things you want to hold on to? What are the things? I mean, like basic questions. So I'm coming in thinking this is how it's going to be because, oh, this is how I see my family, my perfect family. My husband is thinking in his own dreams. The children are thinking in their own dreams. Her family is thinking in their own dreams. His family are thinking in their own dreams. My family are thinking in their own dreams. And then our friends and well-wishers, my sister.
So they
How
have
easy is that to blend?
Okay, so why does oh Lord, I've forgotten mine. It will come back. You said
It
something
will
just
come back.
it just skipped, it just eluded me. It will
It will
come back.
come back.
Oh yes, I remember. So I was gonna say, so why do family and friends matter in this equation? Why do they matter?
So once again, in my situation, I married him 7 years after his late wife passed. Okay.
Okay.
There were friends there. There were friends that supported them.
Okay.
There were
Yes.
family members that supported them. Don't forget, her family are still alive. The children need support. In my case, her family, her mother and her cousins were living in the house a few
Okay.
months until I came in.
I
They
see.
had friends who gave them support, because of the medical challenges with my bonus daughter. She also needed some medical, support and all those things. So of course, and then of course there's that attachment. Oh, my late daughter's children, my grandchildren, I want to be there for them. Everybody has a stake in the relationship, whether you like it or not.
Mm. I think that question was really about, friends, not really about family. Of course, family
Right.
is a part of, the extended family will be a part of, that
Mm,
new nuclear family that has been
mm-hmm,
formed. So I think
mm-hmm.
I actually meant friends, like why do friends matter? But I mean, you've answered that question.
Yeah.
So like there's a lot of blending to be done. So you're not
Yes.
only blending your children with his children. That
Yes.
when I think about, blended family, that's the only thing that comes to mind. I'm not thinking about these other dynamics at all. I'm just thinking, okay, so how do you
It's
blend
long.
your children with his children and, form this one big happy family? It's like that. But with all the layers you have brought into this, I feel like the whole world needs to sit down and hear this. Because again, like I said, this is not something that is often spoken about. We talk about
Yeah.
marriage all the time, but we've forgotten that there
Yeah.
are people who are divorced, widows, widowers
Mhm.
that's to
Mhm.
marry. In your own
Mhm.
case, you were single and you
Yeah.
married into a family where the man had a children already. So that's
Yes.
still a blended family. So this is something
Yeah.
that needs to be brought to the fore and talked about,
Mm.
more often. So
Mm.
really thank you for your expertise. I'm learning here. All right. So my next question to you will be that. So, from your experience, what typically makes the transition into a blended family either smooth or difficult? So maybe we
Okay.
should talk about, okay, what makes it. I don't know which one you want to address first. What makes it difficult? Transitioning. What makes it difficult, or what makes it smooth? You can go either way.
Okay. So I like transformation. So I'll go for smooth. Okay.
Okay.
I think the first thing that makes it easier is counseling and therapy. I think that was one of the things that was really missing in my relationship. The fact that we didn't go through counseling that helped us create the new vision for our new family and our new normal, right? I think that one of the things that I also advise a lot of blended families when I work with them is that, especially before they come together, is that there should be like a separation party. Yes, and I will explain the thought behind it. In my case, these people had been with him for 6 years, 7 years, let's say, and
Okay.
supported him and helped him. Now, what happens a lot of times is that they just come and say, "Oh, now I found somebody, I want to marry the person, everybody go. Now it's her that is taking over." I dare say that that might be a little bit too brash. And I'm not sure that there's a lot of emotional intelligence in that situation because these people invested 7 years of their lives to supporting you. So I think that something should be done to at least celebrate what they've done for you, right? So it's almost like having a party. And it doesn't have to be a big thing. It can just be like a nice sit down together. And it's almost like a gratitude party. Okay. And he's saying, look, thank you for what you guys have done. So in my case, my husband should have done that to say, thank you guys for what you guys have done and actually give them their flowers. Tell them what they did that made his life easy. Because when you hear those things, you might not even have known that you have done as much until he starts to say it. And he might not have had the opportunity to say thank you before as he'll be doing so now. So thank you. Maybe gifts are even given just to appreciate them. If you have money or whatever, something substantial is given to them. And then in that same conversation, you then say, now, I am going into a new phase of my life. I've met somebody. And if the woman is happy to be there or the man is happy to be there, whoever is doing this gratitude party, then says, look, this is the person that I'm about to marry. We've done some work together and some counseling together. And together we've agreed that for XYZ amount of time, because we're forming a new village or a new nation as a family. These are some of our values. This is some of the things that we've decided we want to do together. And we need some time. We need some time. We need some time to blend. We need some time to understand ourselves and be there for each other. Now, based on what you guys would have agreed in counseling, and I go back there always, then you will then be able to say to them, for the next 6 months or for the next 1 year, we would like a situation whereby we have some space to blend properly with ourselves. Yes, we would like to see you, but maybe we'll come to you, whatever you agree. Right? But you will share some of those things with these people so that it won't seem like, oh, he just got married or she just got married and she cut us off completely. And Yoruba people will say, tiele lo sile mo, what you refer to, what is your this gratitude party will be that place where people will say, they might not all of them will listen, however, Kumbi, but they cannot say that you didn't tell them. So when they show up at your house and they say, sorry, you're not, you can't come. We explained what we needed for the next 1 year. They cannot say, oh, he just cut me off. No, he didn't just cut you off. He explained to you, he thanked you, and he asked you to give them some time. If anything at all, if you respect him, then you should give him some time. So I think that was one of the things that's one thing that would have made that transition smoother. Now, am I saying that we don't have cantankerous people? We do. We have people who will not agree to some of the things that you have said. However, it's not this is where you put your foot down and you have some of your boundaries up to say, this is how we choose to go right now. So this is not just for her family. This is also for your family. This is also for everybody to say, look, we need some time, because this is the time where everybody wants to gain their own ground. This is where everybody wants to feel like we're in control or you can't take us away from our space. Everybody needs to understand that we're now going on a different path. And this is where we need to go. So expectations become realistic. Communication becomes open. Both partners operate as a united team. Kids, because the kids were part of this whole therapy and counseling, their emotions are respected,
Mm-hmm.
boundaries are clear, there's patience on everybody's side. Now, the difficulty comes when one partner rushes without, listening to the other. Children feel like their places in their parents' hearts are threatened. But if we went through therapy and we built the foundation solidly, I think the transitioning will be smoother.
Hmm. Wow. Beautiful. You see, you mentioned something. You said having a gratitude party. So I like
Yes,
it. It's a great idea. And that's to set the right expectation to family and friends to let them know, well,
yes.
I appreciate everything, you guys have done in my life, what you have been to me, how you have supported me. But right now it's time.
Hmm.
Okay, so do you think these people won't feel slighted? Like now that a woman has entered your life or a man has entered your life, now you want to just, sideline us and then face. I mean, while it is very practical, I actually love it. It's a beautiful thing to do because you're setting the right expectations to everybody at the same time. But do you even need to
Mm.
go to a gratitude party? Can't you just say, okay, I'm having a party at my house. I want everybody, invite the people that matter in your life, bring them over, introduce this
Hmm.
new person, this new partner to them. Maybe you're not married yet, but at least they need to know.
Hmm.
Or do you think you have to be married to before you throw that party?
No, no,
Or
no, no. It should happen before.
okay, so before you get married is when you should throw the gratitude party. Is what you
Yes.
say. Okay.
Yes, that's my suggestion. Yes, and I think intention matters, and that's why I put the gratitude in it. The intention really shows what you're about. So if I said I want you to come to my house, I'm having a gratitude party, then okay, there's something I'm about to be grateful for. So I'm coming there with the right mindset. And if I say just come to my house for a party, people are wondering, what are you celebrating? And
Mm,
if they're slighted, like you just said, if they feel like, oh, because they already know that they would have heard, right?
yes.
In my situation, they knew me or they knew of me. They might not have met me, but they knew of me before we got married, right?
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately, you can't, I mean, you can't live your life for people's misconceptions or people's beliefs or what they choose to do or say
Mhm.
or feel.
Right.
Unfortunately, I can't live my life based on your feelings. What I can do, however, is respect the time that you have put into my life and be grateful for it. That I owe you. I don't owe you your emotions or your feelings. I don't owe it to you to meet up to your emotions or your feelings. That's on you. That's not on me.
That is correct. Absolutely correct. Okay. And then you also mentioned something really interesting. So,
Yes.
when you mentioned earlier that the first thing to do to ensure a smooth transition is to go for counseling. And then while you were
Yes.
speaking, you mentioned that the kids will be a part of the counseling. I mean, I didn't think it was necessary for the kids to be there. So, can you tell us why it's important that the kids are part of the counseling?
Oh, the kids are part of the family. Don't forget the children also have been through some kind of loss. The children are carrying a lot of grief. First of all, you have broken their ideal situation, right? The children don't want their father and mother separated. They want
Right?
their father and mother together. So their ideal family, albeit even if it was a stressful marriage, their ideal family is broken up. And I'm sure those children would have tried in different ways to keep you people together. So the children, first of all, I've met so many people, a lot of the clients that I've worked with have carried on the blame and the guilt of their parents not working. A lot of people. And they didn't even know that they were carrying that guilt. Because one thing that I realized is that children believe that they are your saviors. And if they can't save you, they would assume that they are a failure and they
Mm,
personalize it. So the children have to be part of this. And don't forget, these children had a mother. If the mother is still alive, and I have some clients where the mother is still alive, the children don't want to feel like they have been disloyal or they're being disloyal to their bio parent. They might
right.
actually really like you. but their mother is giving them bad eye on the side that if you like her, or the children are assuming that I can't show my mother or show my father that I like this woman so much or this man so much. So they're going to start hiding and being difficult. This is where, if you're also, if you didn't go through counseling for example, I was very broken when I got married and I didn't know that. So the things that to me now are age appropriate, I thought that it was at me. They were doing it because I was not their mother. Right. And because I didn't have the balance that I have right now. So there's a lot that comes with that counseling. One, the grief and the loss. A divorce is a loss, right? Death is a loss. Both of them are loss, right?
True.
Both of them are losses, as the case is. And that then means that you've got to grieve on both of them. In your own way. And it could take you 10 years, it could take you 1 month, depending on how much work you do on it. The children also are there. So you have two losses. Separation leads to the divorce. So at any point in time, the fact, in my own case, my husband and his wife were in love before what happened. So I walked into a space not knowing whether I had a space in his heart, or not knowing whether I would ever have a space in his heart. And so I'm walking on eggshells, hoping that I can fill the shoes of somebody who I never even met. I mean, there's so much that comes with it. And then the children, they're wondering, okay, if I smile too much, would they say? If I laugh too much, would they? And so there's so much going on. My daughter used to sleep in my husband's room until this yellow papa shows up and says that she cannot sleep. And I call myself yellow papa all the time. I know. Because that's what people call me, right? I had a friend that said, you see, these people the children were enjoying themselves until you.
So you shut up.
So, so then I've been using that on myself and I love it. I'm yellow and I love it. So nobody asked the child, how do you want to transition from your sleeping in your father's room to sleeping in your room? So counseling and therapy will do all of this for us.
So who should take priority in counseling? Because are you going to start with, okay, I don't know. I'm getting feedback somewhere.
Getting feedback where?
Yeah, I can hear my voice. But my voice is bouncing. Why?
I can't hear that here.
It just suddenly started. Nothing has changed. And absolutely nothing.
Anyway. Nothing has changed here either.
Okay, you know what? Let's just continue. As long as it's not alive, that will be very distracting. It's distracting me personally.
Oh wow! And I can't hear it. I can't hear it on my end.
Yeah, and nothing changed. Nothing changed. Anyway, let me, because I moved closer. I don't know. Let me just, oh my God! Yeah, I can hear
it. It's disturbing you.
It is. It's very distracting.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? Maybe I should ask if they can hear my voice. Yeah. It won't be good. Uh-oh.
No?
I typed it wrongly. Let me do it. Repost. Yeah. Can you hear?
Maybe I should turn off my audio and put it back on again and see.
Okay, you know what?
Is it any better?
Okay, hold on. Let me speak again. I can still hear myself.
Okay.
Yeah.
You want to turn off your audio and put it back on, or what do you think?
Okay, let me pause it. Okay, so I muted myself.
Is it better now?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
No, I can hear you, Adeola.
Okay. Okay, you're checking your own audio. Okay, cool.
Hello? I can still hear it. On the live can confirm. and I'll know
Okay.
that. I mean, even though I'm echoing, I can hear myself. But as long as they're not hearing it on, it's going to be very distracting.
Okay.
But no, but anyway, I guess we'll just have to continue because if we
Okay.
end, except we end
Yes,
and
we start all over again.
no, we won't start all over. We'll just what left. I don't know.
Okay. You tell me what to do. I follow your lead.
Okay, you know what? Let's just continue. But what was I even saying? Okay, so I was asking you that. So who takes priority in this counseling?
In
So
the
do you
counseling.
yes, do you think the spouses should go first before bringing the kids in, or
So,
will the
so what I think is, I mean, if you guys decide, once you guys have decided that, look, I want to take this um um a notch higher, let me put it that way, then you guys need to start counseling. Because first of all, you want to even know whether you really know yourselves the way you think you know yourself.
end it and start over?
Okay.
Maybe yeah, maybe they can hear the echo. It's going
Okay.
to mess the entire conversation up.
Okay. So let's do that then.
End it and then we'll start.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.